Hello everyone and welcome back for another video. Today's video we're going to be looking at the one game in which Hikaru Nakamura defeated Magnus Carlsen in the rapid format on chess.com here. This was an unrated game, but it is the only game, unrated or rated, in which Hikaru did defeat Magnus. They had about 11 draws. Magnus won 3 games, and this is the one game Hikaru won, so let's dive right into it. So, c4, knight to f6, knight to c3, and e5. So, this is 15 plus 0. I do not believe this was in any tournament. It was probably just like a match that they had against each other through the open format on chess.com. So, knight to c6, the 4 knights English, d4, the trade, and now bishop to b4. So, if you go back here, so Hikaru could have taken the knight. Then after queen takes knight, I think what he might have been worried about was this move bishop to g5. So let's say, for example, let's say b6. Now here, bishop to g5, bishop to e7, and Hikaru probably didn't like all this pressure after the move like e4, for example, and also long castles. So also e3. So that is why he opts to go bishop to b4. And now after the move g3, he castles himself. Bishop to g2, rook to e8, and now Magnus castles. Here, h6 is played. Again, just stopping this move bishop to g5 from pinning the knight. Knight to d5, the trade happens. A lot of trades happen, actually. And now this inaccuracy, queen to e7 is played. I mean, I don't really see why this move is inaccurate. He's just simply defending the bishop, and he's threatening bishop to c5, followed up with some sort of d6 and development of this bishop on c8. So here is played. Now bishop to e3, stopping bishop to c5. So now he retreats to d6, Hikaru. But here, some of you guys might be wondering, why did Hikaru just play b6? And this move actually loses the game because of this very nice move d6, which opens this bishop to this rook with an attack on the queen. So when the capture happens, now your rook would be hanging. I guess technically you can win back the bishop, but that's not the point. You would lose the exchange. So that's why here instead bishop to d6, setting up now b6, followed by a5, and the development of the bishop. Again, this is given inaccurate. I don't know, the computer just like it doesn't like understand, because like if you think about it from this position, what can white do? Right? White, the only thing white has going for them is this pressure on c7. So the trading of the bishops would increase the pressure after like a move like queen c2, right? So, okay, e4 is played because e2 was hanging, by the way. The trade happens, d6, rook c3, queen d8, and rook c1. Rook to e7, just defending the pawn. h4 now. So Magnus knows how to play on all 3 sides of the board. He's got this nice pressure going on the queen side. Then he has this nice locked center in the center. And also, he's going to start advancing on the king side. As you guys can see, he very fast does. He does it very quickly, excuse me. And now, Hikaru also has to start fighting back. And if you look at this position for a brief moment here, after a move like queen to g3, and let's say pawn takes, I do believe, yes, this does happen in the game, Hikaru is actually up a pawn for like a split second. Because if we do the count, 1, 2, 2 against 1, and then it's 4 on each side. Right? So bishop to a3, and now Magnus is down a pawn, but he has an advantage. So this means he has like a relative 2-point advantage, and Hikaru must give up the rook. And now, over here, what I don't understand is the computer gives a plus 1.2 advantage. But let's just take a second to look at Hikaru's king. For example, a move like rook to c7, right? Okay, it's not the best move, but if you just look at this from like a human, like in a practical standpoint, after the king moves back, for like queen d7, black has no play. For example, yeah, like I understand you can take this, maybe you can take this pawn, but again, it just seems so scary to go into a position like this, right? When like all this stuff is just aimed at your king, e5 can be played, f4, you just like, the computer is giving 0-0. I strongly disagree, and I think like Hikaru also would have probably thought this advantage was much greater. But Magnus plays the best move, and now he gives up some of the advantage. And this is a drawn endgame. If it isn't for what happens in a few moves, which is the reason why Hikaru wins this, and most of you guys won't be very happy. But okay, I mean Hikaru did win this game, and I must give him credit for that. Okay, so Magnus is trying to push his pawn. Hikaru blocks with the queen. He offers a queen trade. Just small thing to note: if this queen trade were to happen, the game would still so Hikaru would be winning due to this 2-1-1 and this pawn falling. Um, so okay, that's why Magnus declines. And again, Hikaru's just checking. And here we reach a point where both sides, both sides have 3 pawns. And if Magnus takes this pawn, he won't win the game. But he'll be on his way to posing some advantage, right? But instead, with 25 seconds on his clock, Magnus does something incredible. Not the good incredible. Incredible means unbelievable. Or like something that's not believable. He checks Hikaru. So, one thing I like, okay, Hikaru obviously takes back and Magnus resigns. So, one thing, again, I don't really process, like, if you're gonna, like, take this pawn, shouldn't you, like, mouse it to here? Or something, right? Like, they're both losing, obviously, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, like, queen f6 might have been, like, maybe he was trying to play queen f5. Like, who knows? Right? And anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Please do hit that subscribe button down below. And please do like this video. See you guys next time. And also, please do comment if you would like more of these videos down below.